chapter 14, verses 1, 2, and 3. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, so that where I am, there you may be also.
July in Lakeland, Florida is like sitting in a sauna with a parka on for a month. And yet there I was, ready to begin licensing school. The last step for any United Methodist pastor before the bishop blesses you and before you go to your first appointment. Now my assignment had come up really quickly, so I booked the first licensing school that I could find in the United States. So I flew into Tampa, and I hired a driver to take me to the middle of Florida. Did you know that Lakeland, Florida is home to some of the biggest alligators in the world? Neither did I. Now my dorm room was on the lowest level. So all I could see out my window, my little window, was blades of grass and, eventually, alligators. Thankfully, it was cooler down there, and I could tell that by the condensation streaming down the walls. There was a single bulb in the ceiling fixture, which could have held two bulbs, but only held one, and it was one of those early swirly compact bulbs that made everything blue. The heavy plastic cover on this thin mattress sported suspicious stains. The smell of mold. Oh, the smell of mold. Next door, I heard the woman that I would be sharing a bathroom with. It was two rooms, and then there was a conjoined rest bathroom in between. So I heard the woman I would be sharing this bathroom with arrive. And she was singing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot" at the top of her substantial lungs. I would be here for 16 days. Disorienting. The disciples listening to Jesus are disoriented. The conversation that Will just told us about that they're all having, it happened just after Jesus had washed their feet and told them that he knows that one of them is going to betray him, and he knows that one of them is going to deny knowing him when the going gets tough. Of course, they can't imagine any such thing as this happening because Jesus is their anchor. This is what they can count on. Jesus is home to them. And he knows that they're feeling lost. There's just too many scary things happening. There's been just way too much traveling. It's too hot. It's too unpredictable. It's too uncomfortable. Roman soldiers are slithering past the windows, and the disciples have no idea what's going to happen next. So Jesus plays his best hand, the one that lives on for 2,000 years, the ace in the hole that is not just true and hopeful and comforting, it is home. Jesus, their Jesus, looks them in the eyes and says, Don't be thrown by what's happening right now. You trust God, don't you? Trust me, there's plenty of room for all of you in my Father's home. If that weren't so, would I have told you that I am on my way to get a place ready for you? I won't leave you hanging. I'll come back and I'll get you, and I'll take you with me. Maybe he's talking about heaven. Maybe he's talking about when you're in that third visit in the MRI machine. Maybe he's talking about the fears of a first date, first arrest, or last chance. Maybe Jesus has heard the 3 a.m. litany of worries, or the way the friend isn't exactly friendly, or the real words behind, I'm fine. So the confirmation students are going to share a poem written by Inuma Ikoro. And as you listen to them read this, I invite you to take the hand that Jesus is offering you today.
Merciful Lord, sometimes it seems like we can't help but lose our way, again and again. Our hearts long to follow you, but you know the way of the human heart. You know how misguided longings we veer off our journey into you, and begin to chart our own ways. By false stars and distorted visions, forgive us. Forgive us for all the times we are tempted by the hints of light, instead of remaining steered by the assurance of light.
Forgive us when we forget that we are already claimed by you, loved by you, all purpose for you. Forgive us when we allow ourselves to shape and be shaped by voices and words that do not bring life, create life, nurture life, sustain life, or resurrect life.
Merciful God, help us find your way again. Turn us back towards the road, spotted with your other pilgrims, wayfarers, and repentant servants. Remind us that your way is the way of returning. Guide us by your Spirit and by your light. Make us remember the power of the Spirit within us. Make us remember the gifts of our mind, our hearts, and our bodies that you bestowed upon us. That we would use them to honor the directives and the invitations you lay upon us.
We know that our ways are not your ways, and we thank you for this. Help us trust your ways over our ways. Remind us of your faithfulness as you forgive us our short memory. In your immeasurable love, grace, mercy, and wisdom, do not abandon us, regardless of how often we lose our way. Place your wounded hands upon our broken hearts and turn us toward you. Lord of light, Lord of life, Lord of resurrection. Amen.
So what I found in that dorm room in Lakeland, Florida, is that when Jesus has called you to be with him, there isn't anything that's going to keep you from doing that, not even alligators or Roman soldiers, apparently. That sometimes all it takes is one more light bulb to change the world. That's all it takes. That the Lord's Prayer, said together in 4 different languages, is the very voice of God. That sharing space with a black Miami pastor who sets her alarm clock for 4:30 every single morning so that she can get up and sing her praises to God before she does anything else will make you find your way to worship. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in Jesus Christ, who is always calling you closer. Amen.
Amen.
Let's sing our praises. Let's worship our God by singing. You're going to find it on page 172.
With these hands, 5 years, and we're celebrating that today, and our leadership through Leanne. You can't get any better. She's such an organizer. That wasn't in her script. I don't have a script. I'm going off the top. But anyway, we can't. And I appreciate the applause for her. She deserves lots of it. And today, I would like right now our models to come up here in the front. We have ladies, Ruth, Judy, Sharon, Jerry, and Diane. They are modeling items we have made for the past 5 years. And they'll walk around in a bit, but first of all, I'm going to highlight some of the things they're wearing. We've got a rice bag here, and we've got a fidget apron, a burping towel. You want to start walking? And then Jerry has a fidget muff. You want to hold it up? Fidget muff, and a quilt, of course, and a band. Thank you, Jerry. And the back, she's got a burping towel or a bib or something. Walker bag. Walker bag. Walker bag. I said these people aren't going to know what they are, and I don't even know what they are. And we've got a baby, what is it again? Lovey. Lovey. Yeah, for babies to touch and suck on and all that, you know. And we've got a heart and a soap bag. We make a lot of soap bags, or the ladies do. And of course an Afghan and a lap quilt tied. Please, lap quilt. Oh, of course, and we made a lot of these in the past, our masks, COVID, and Sharon, turn around, what you got?
Never thought I'd have to look at these again.
And then she's wearing a cap. This is one of our first projects. Surgical cap. And little hats and scarves, etc. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, yep, thank you. And then Ruth has got a fleece quilt and hats, and she's got some of our centerpieces we made for the tables, the little table squares, and hearts, and Afghans, and thank you, Ruth. Go for a walk so they can see it. And also, we'll wait for them to get back and line up here. You want to get up again? Yes, line up again. And then I would like any and all of the ladies who have even helped once with these hands, whether it be at home or here at church, to come up here and join these ladies. So if you know who you are. So come on up here. And we know. Hi there.
You should see the new project we started last week.
Make another row if you have to.
Stand in front of me.
Okay, so you know all these ladies, but we have other ladies that are not here today. They're not even members of our congregation, but they love what they do, so they have joined us here at times, or they work at their house for us on projects. They are Gail Gabrick, Barb Losinski, Joan Walski, and Janet Zittelman. So we have a lot of people working for the missions of our church. Lynn Adams is on vacation. Yeah, so she's another. Did we miss anybody else? I think. So let's give these folks. Anything else? Yes, go ahead.
A big thanks to Leanne. She's the one that put all of this together. And I don't she organized everything for us. She goes out to rummage sales and garage sales. She hits sales at stores to get us the material, the yarn, all those things that we need to put everything together. And if it wasn't for Sue, Sue's the one who organizes all the quilts, the beautiful quilts that you see. She puts the patterns together, picks the materials, does a lot of the sewing, the hard sewing that a lot of us can't do. So Leanne and Sue are the hearts of this little group. So.
We couldn't do it without everyone that's here and everyone's name that's mentioned. Everyone's important to our mission, so thank you, everyone.
So we have a lot of the things that were made around us and the makers, so let's have a blessing. Of all these things that they're going far and wide. What's the farthest thing? How far are they going? All the way to southern Iowa and... Oh, we don't know.
We don't know.
Globally.
We've shipped as far as South Dakota.
And see, it's just all there. So let's have a prayer. Gracious God, thank you for the abundant blessings that you have brought us today. Through your generosity, we are able to share our talents and skills with those who are in need of what we can offer. Today we ask a special blessing over these items being sent to our neighbors. Help these symbols of love be evidence of your compassion. Bless all those who will be beneficiaries of these gifts so that they see the goodness you have provided. At this 5-year anniversary of With These Hands, we ask also for your continued inflowing of energy and vitality for all those who participate and support your ministry. May we be your hands and hearts in the world every day, in every way. Amen.
Amen.
And anyone is welcome to join us at any time. If you're at church or if you want to do something at home. Thank you.